If it's in Hampton Roads, it's on the Hampton Roads Show.
And welcome to the Hampton Roads Show on this Wednesday morning. Our live studio audience is from the Girl Scouts of the Colonial Coast Council. They're gearing up for their annual cookie program. We've got the details on how you can get your own box of your favorite and the details on their 4th annual Samoa Soiree.
And we're starting the new year off with Chris Hill from the Bachelor Kitchen. He joins us this morning with his newest recipe, salmon with sake sauce and roasted shiitake mushrooms. He's also mixing up a very tasty cocktail, too.
Plus, hometown hero David Wright is getting his poker face ready and going all in for the kids at CHKD. He's joining us with the details on the event that's close to his heart and the heart of Hampton Roads, the 2nd annual David Wright Vegas Night.
And this week's postcard from Hampton Roads shows what can happen when you love your neighbor, even if the neighborhood can be a little rough.
Good morning.
Yeah,
Good morning.
Excited to see the Girl Scouts.
Yeah.
We're talking cookies.
But first, Chris, are you
I know,
doing
you're
okay?
sad today.
Chris
It's
is a little
going to be
sad,
a
guys.
really long, rough day
Talk,
for me.
let us know. We have our new furniture from Will's Furniture.
I am just so upset.
Tell us what's on your
I
mind.
love the furniture, but
Yeah.
it's not going to help me out today.
It isn't?
It's not. It won't
I'm
help
going
me.
to turn Flat Lori.
Flat Lori won't help me.
She's still here, if you remember from
Just
yesterday.
talk to her. Just tell us what's on your mind.
Lori,
Look at that
it's all
smile.
your fault, Lori. The Hokies lost because of you. They didn't give us a discount on an extra field goal in overtime.
Lori, what do you have to say
Lori
about
Clayton's fault.
Oh,
I'm
that is
really
a
upset.
That was tough.
Yeah.
I'm just upset because, you know, I played football for Virginia Tech, and I'd see them again lose in a major bowl game. They've lost once again. Last night, 23-20 in overtime. They completely outplayed Michigan, and that right there was an amazing catch by Danny Cole. They looked at it several times. The announcer said it was a no catch, but they reversed it. And then the Hokies lined up a field goal and missed it, and then Michigan kicked theirs and won. So it came down to that one great play. The Hokies played terrible on special teams, but once again they lost 23-20 in overtime to Michigan, and once again they lost a major bowl game. It's been happening a lot lately. It's great to get there, but you got to win one every now and then.
Yeah.
So Hokie fans today are really upset. This one too. I don't know what you got for me, but somebody needs to pick me up.
We have some awesome food in the kitchen for you. We have the Girl Scouts here with their cookies.
Yeah, I know. You know, I tell you what.
Terry and I.
Well, you guys are going to make it a little easier, but you know, it's kind of fun. David Wright, that'll help me out a
Your
little bit.
pal David Wright is here.
Buddy David Wright's here, so
Vegas night.
Going to put
that'll
on
help
this
us out.
poker face for Vegas night, which brings us to like lucky numbers. Putting the spin on it, you know, what lucky number? Where does it play a role in your life? Are you one that is like, you know, superstitious, like with the number 13 for a lot of people, or like, but also I wanted to bring up this point because a lot of the rumor mill circulating, of course, you know, with Beyonce and Jay-Z about the birth of the baby and whatnot. Well, rumor has it is that the baby is going to be born today on January 4th, but the number 4, Beyonce is obsessed with the number 4. Her birthday is September 4th. Jay-Z's birthday is December 4th. They were married on April 4th, so it goes to show, like, she's wanting the number 4 for the baby to be born on January 4th.
And didn't you say that she wanted to be induced at 4:44?
She wanted it to be induced at 4:44 a.m. or 4:44 p.m. Now that's rumor has it, but I know. And
Kinda
also
silly,
rumor has
isn't
it that there's a surrogate, but I don't know.
Lots of rumors out there. The only
lucky
4 I can
number.
come up with is Brett Favre. That's the only 4 number I can.
I don't have a lucky number, but my birthday is April 13th.
You were born on a Friday, too,
Yeah,
weren't you?
and this year
Friday
my
the
birthday's on a
13th?
Friday.
Ooh, interesting.
Friday the
I
13th.
don't really have a number. Like, I notice when interesting things happen with numbers, but I don't try to, like, steer life events toward certain numbers.
You know, a lot of people
Do you
like
play the lotto?
weddings.
No,
If
I
you
don't.
did, would you play your birth dates and anniversaries?
Yes, probably, things like that. Yeah, I
Because,
think
I mean,
so.
a lot of people like to pick their birthdays and anniversaries for their lucky
I
numbers.
bet a lot of people are going to be getting married or doing something on 10, 11, 12 of this year, you know. Like the
Like
October
Sammy was
11th,
born 8/8,
2012.
August 8th, and Jenny was 4/5, so she was almost a 4/4. You know, so I mean, you notice those things,
Yeah.
but you don't try to like make things happen.
David Wright's number, do you know?
No.
Do you know?
I'm going to, no.
5.
I was going to say
So
like 7.
if he was here tomorrow, it'd be perfect.
Like Noma.
5.
Okay.
Once upon
Gotcha.
a time.
Ah,
So
so there
do
it
you,
is.
you know, where do lucky numbers play in your
Yeah.
life? Do you have a lucky number, and why?
All
Let
right.
us know.
The Girl Scouts are here to talk about a couple of things, not only just to make one of the most adorable studio audiences we've ever had, but they're getting ready to start their cookie sales again, so we want to know what's your favorite. And also they've got another event coming up that we're going to tell you about. This Samoa Soiree is another good fundraiser for them as well. And the chefs are challenged to like cook things with Girl Scout cookies.
wow.
And not just desserts either.
Really?
It's the truth.
Interesting.
A cookie entree?
I love the Samoa. I have been known to treat that as a single serving box. I'm better
like
now,
it,
but
yeah.
I'm just saying that's
about-
that's
what about-
the one.
Then, what about Thin Mints? Thin Mints in the
Thin Mints
freezer.
is a popular one.
Yep, done
You
that.
put them in the freezer?
Yeah, I've done that.
Thin Mints in the freezer, boom, they're gone right before we know it.
I'm not a big chocolate mint, but Samoa's. And what's funny is that I'm not a big coconut fan, but because of the
Yes,
toasted
you are.
coconut, I love the Samoa's. That's my favorite cookie. So, did you guys bring boxes today? Because yes, I'm
Oh, yeah, big,
gonna be
big
getting the
shake.
wallet out later.
All right. Well, don't ruin our appetite because, Chris Hill is back in the
Everybody's
Bachelor
getting dibs on
kitchen.
him.
So, the other thing that we're talking about today, I guess, isn't really a hot topic because it had to be below freezing for it to happen.
But I'm ching.
Did you guys see the snow last night?
I didn't
No.
see it.
Oh
I
my
heard
gosh,
about
I was
it.
so pumped. I loved it. It was like big action for a little while there.
The flurries around.
Yeah, but it was a
my
lot
fault.
of flakes, and they're all swirling around because it was windy last night. And as Jeremy Wheeler comes to join us in just a little bit, he'll say he called it. They did talk about the possibility of
We like to
flurries.
call the light dusting termination dust.
Termination dust.
Like, it's on the mountains in Alaska, and everyone knows it as termination dust. It's the first sign that all the snow's about to come.
Ah.
Little fact there for you, a little tidbit.
That sounds scary.
That was a major.
Like the
that was a
Terminator.
major event last night for around here because
It
we don't get
was.
that much snow. So.
First snow of the new year.
The first
Say hi
snow
to
of the
Mark
second
again.
day.
First
I
snow
know.
of the new year.
Yeah. Well,
In the
I don't know. This
meantime.
doesn't really count, does it? It was just a little flurry.
It counts.
Yeah,
Okay,
it
I
counts.
don't know. We'll get
We'll
the
ask
judges
Wheeler.
ruling in a moment.
Wheeler,
No.
In the
come on in here.
meantime, let us know if you think it counts, if you're excited about it. We're talking about favorite Girl Scout cookies. We're talking about
Favorite numbers?
Favorite numbers. If you would like to commiserate with Chris about the Hokies,
Give him a little
or
uplift.
express your
Give me some love.
excitement about the fact that David Wright is here, you can do that too. You can do that at Facebook or Twitter at HR_show.
Take your pick, Wheeler. Take your pick,
that?
man.
Pick
Favorite number, favorite cookie, favorite flurry. I mean, we're covering
flurry.
the gamut, man.
favorite cookie. Yeah, I was saying the white chocolate macadamia. I think is my favorite cookie.
You're not on the list.
Yeah, but I don't care.
Yeah, but I don't
Put it on
care.
the list.
Bring it back.
Yep. Sorry.
Bring it
He
back.
did. That's twice today because during the morning show, the kids in Iowa did a cookie caucus. Chocolate chip, Oreo, or M&M. Vote. What would you vote for, Wheeler? The white chocolate macadamia.
Yeah.
Not in there. Not on the list.
Well, you asked me what I vote for.
It's a write-in.
That's what I
You gotta
vote.
Gone
write that
rogue.
in. You gotta write
Third party
that in.
He's a member of the milk party. He's gone rogue.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, a little cold yesterday. I wouldn't count it as snow because it didn't
Yeah, it didn't
accumulate,
count.
so it wasn't really the first snow.
Didn't count.
First flurries,
You're out of your mind.
So,
That's
no.
the first snow, and then we could have
Well.
a first accumulating snow.
Yeah, I mean, just around here with lots of folks, we see flurries a couple times a year. It doesn't really count.
Well, now it's a throwdown, people. Are you with Team Fury or Team Wheeler? Was that the first snow or not? Does it
Wheeler.
count?
Going with Wheeler. Doesn't
Terry,
count.
Terry.
It wasn't. Didn't count.
Maybe if you're a wussy, maybe, but
Oh!
I'm throwing it down.
Don't talk like that.
Watch your language.
All right, I'll pull back a little bit. So anyway, today is dry in the forecast. Not calling for any precipitation. It's going to be cold though. Highs today in the upper 30s, mostly sunny, partly cloudy at times. Tonight we'll see lows in the upper 20s, and then Thursday we'll see highs in the upper 40s. So we're going to warm things up a little bit, and then we're warming up a lot Friday, Saturday. Highs in the lower 60s. Surfing weather out there almost. I mean,
Let's do it.
It's crazy. And then we'll cool it back down a little bit Sunday, but still warm temperatures after this, just a 2-day cold stretch. All right, so let's take a look at the pop quiz for today. Daffy Donald Howard, watch out for that bar, and name for feathery tourist.
Okay.
OBX location. So put those together. Should be a pretty easy one today, but, may throw people off. I don't know.
Easy peasy. All right, we should mention Arion has eased on over to the kitchen. And we should tell you today's winner receives a family 4-pack of skating passes to MacArthur on Ice, open through January 16th.
Hey, we're in the kitchen with Chris Hill from the Bachelor Kitchen. Happy New Year to you.
You as well.
First
Always-
chef of the new year.
Oh, am I?
The last day of the. Okay. trying
to
get
be
that.
here.
Hey, so what are we making? Something cool here with
Yep,
the
yeah.
shiitake mushrooms.
Which are awesome for you. They're so good for you. I figured we're in the new year, try something healthy. People are trying to go back to the gym and live healthier lifestyles. These are really nice. They're going with the salmon, which is, I think a lot of people know, a really healthy fish for you.
Right.
And all is going to be happen in this one pan. So it's going to be super easy for all you bachelors and
One-stop
non-bachelors
shop.
alike. Yeah,
Gotcha.
so-
And then you're also going to top it off with a cocktail.
Yep, nice light martini, and kind of doing the little Japanese thing today.
Nice.
So,
Okay, really quick, favorite number?
my favorite number 7,
7. And then favorite Girl Scout cookie?
tag along.
You heard it. Tag-alongs and 7. We are
Yes.
going to be back, though, to get
we have some
started
in the
on
house?
this. Yeah, we do. Stay with us, though.
Chris likes his peanut butter.
Yep.
All right, still ahead on the Hampton Road Show. New York Mets third baseman and hometown hero David Wright is joining us on the show this morning to tell us about the second annual David Wright Vegas Night fundraiser and why it's so close to his heart.
Many new possibilities ahead for a new year as represented by this Rubik's Cube. I'm Cheryl Tan. I sat down with a Chesapeake business consultant who helps us tackle our goals for 2012.
Welcome back, everyone. We're in the kitchen with Chef Chris Hill from the Bachelor Kitchen. This morning we're cooking up a healthy and delicious salmon with sake sauce with roasted shiitake mushrooms in the cocktail. We'll talk about it a little bit later to top it off. But you were talking about the shiitake mushrooms. Very healthy for you.
They are. They're great for your heart. They lower your cholesterol. And the best thing about them, aside from health, is they're really flavorful. They're almost like a wild mushroom, the closest thing you see in a grocery store, a wild mushroom. So they're going to have a ton of flavor. They're rich in protein. So if you're a vegetarian or vegan, they're great for that.
Okay.
And they're going to go really nice with the salmon.
All right, and now see you got a couple ingredients here. Let's just go over the ingredients first for everybody at home.
Yeah, obviously we have the salmon here. We have some chopped onion. We have some garlic cloves here that we'll chop up here in a minute. Some ginger, and then some salt and pepper, obviously. And then all the stuff over here is for our sauce, which will be done here in a little bit. There's brown sugar, some soy sauce, sriracha, some sake.
Sriracha.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
And then you always leave that out, but it gives a nice little kick and gives a good balance of flavor. So, yeah. But
all right,
I guess
let's
first
get started. And it's all going to be made in one pan.
One pan.
Which
So
is very easy.
it's easy to clean up. It's perfect for a date or for if you get home late from work and don't want to deal with all the hassle of a bunch of dishes to do. So just enough oil in the pan to.
Okay, you want to make sure your pan obviously was sitting here getting hot because there's nothing like putting your fish in there and then it just doesn't.
You want it to have a nice little sizzle. It'll form a nice little crust on it. We'll season both sides. Okay. And then once we get that done, we will add the onions and garlic and the mushrooms. Okay. And what is this over here? This is edamame. Oh yeah. Soybeans. So we'll throw. I'm just gonna throw those on as a garnish at the end. It'll be a nice color for the plate. Okay. Again, back to the mushrooms. Yeah. You want to, obviously they're fungus, so they grow on the ground. They're going to have some dirt to them. The easiest thing to do is pull the tops right off. Okay. Like so, and then scrub them with a towel. A lot of people want to run them underwater. Yeah. But then they get really soggy. Okay. And they just don't cook real well. Okay, so break the tops off and then just scrub them with a damp towel or something? Okay, gotcha. Or even dry towel. Dry towel, you're really just trying to get knock the dirt off. That's true, because when you put it in the pan, it's all going to cook away. Yeah. So what we'll do is about 2 minutes on each side. Okay. And then now, is this a dish that you finish off like in the oven? I know a lot of chefs, when they come on, they'll make it in the pan and then they pop it in the oven. Which is what I usually do, but for the first time, I think, since I've ever been here, I'm not using that. You're not using the oven? Okay, so literally all is being made here. It all is, yep. Could you use any other type of fish with this, perhaps? Any fish you want. You can use really any type of mushroom. I think it's one of those dishes where you could throw in some greens if you'd like to, or some snap peas, really anything that serves your palate that goes well with what you want to do. Okay, and it doesn't take very long for the fish to cook too. Salmon. Yeah, you just want a little bit of a brown to it. Oh, that looks good. And then we'll add the garlic. Okay. And the onions, and then at the break we'll do the sauce and everything else. The sauce and everything else. Yeah. And so you're trying to do with like the new year kind of healthy. Exactly. That's where you're trying to go with this. We all have resolutions. I'm trying to eat healthier. And this is a great way to do it. Whether you're in shape or not, it's great for your heart, and it's something that's got a lot of really good flavors and good balance and sweetness, a little bit of saltiness, and then some acid from the wine that we're going to add a little bit later, and it's just going to all come really nicely together. Keyword, though, is health. Hey, what do you have coming up for 2012? I know it's just the beginning, 2012, but you kind of like look ahead to your calendar and see what's going on. Yep, I'm actually headed down south in a couple weeks there's a food blog conference for food writers in the South, so I'm going to go attend that with some of my friends in that whole world, and then working on a cookbook that I'm actually talking with some folks right now about, and which is exciting. Hopefully that will be out later this year. All right, when that gets out, you got to make sure when you come back on, give it so we can just stand it there and talk about that for you. All right, we'll let this cook. We'll work on our sauce and then get into our cocktail when we come back. Absolutely. Thanks so much, Chef. Yeah.
All right, well, Cheryl Tan joins us once again for our very popular segment here, the What's Your Problem? And a lot of people do start the new year off. We've been talking about it all week as a way to tackle maybe some new goals.
Resolutions, we all made them, but unfortunately by mid-year those goals can get lost in the shuffle. So I sat down with a local woman who's been coaching entrepreneurs for years about sticking with the plan and taking action. She has solutions for people who want to take control of their lives in 2012 in today's What's Your Problem? 2012 is finally here, and for many it really feels like a fresh new start after a rocky past couple of years. Here chatting with Michelle Pippin, a business consultant, to help us start a plan for this coming year with clear goals. Thanks for inviting us into your office today.
Absolutely. Thank you for being here.
Not much on this table other than your papers and that Rubik's Cube. Likely there's a reason for that.
Right. Actually, I wasn't just bored, waiting for you. There are over 8 billion different combinations to this little thing. But there's only 3 things that you need to do to achieve the goals that you set for yourself in 2012. There's only 3 steps. And so a lot of times I feel like there are people out there who want to make the simple complicated.
Let's talk about goals.
Okay.
And finding the goal is one thing, but meeting that goal is another.
Absolutely. Finding the goal, setting the goal, that's fun. But one of the reasons that New Year's resolutions have such a high failure rate is because we're not very specific about the goal. We'll do things, we'll set general goals like, I want to lose weight. Well, we need to set specific goals. I want to lose X number of pounds by this date. We need that plan of action, right? So that's what takes the goal out of the daydreaming, sort of pie in the sky, this is what I'm going to create in 2012, and into your reality. So do you have a plan of action? We need to look at the goal and say, what will it take for me to achieve this goal, and start to work backwards.
So part of that plan of action, I know, means having the tools to get the job done. What kinds of things do you recommend?
Well, one, you want to make sure that your plan of action is clear. You know exactly what's going to be required of you every day or every week in order to reach the goal. But also, you want to create the space that you are going to need to achieve that goal. And so space can be anything from mental space to space on your calendar, your schedule, to physical space. I love my office because it gives me a place to come, to really do my work without interruption. We want to ask ourselves really, really honestly, now that I know what it's going to take to achieve this goal, am I willing to do what it takes? Sometimes we're not, and that's okay. That's all right. But we have to be honest about that. And I start all of my client relationships with asking, once we've identified exactly what they want to achieve, we immediately go to this question. If you and I are sitting here in 6 months and you have not achieved that goal, what do we blame it on, right? Because the things that really derail us, they're not surprises, right? They're the same sort of things that derail us in every area of our lives. We plan to meet those obstacles, and we create a plan to defy those obstacles. And I feel like in 2012, we're now ready to take action. We're ready to say, you know what, if it's to be, it's up to me. I'm ready to make some things happen in my life, whether that's health or wealth or their career or their family. People are ready to take action, so I think it's an exciting time.
Great sitting down and talking with her. It really feels like the start of this year feels different. I don't know if you agree with me, but there seems like to be just a change just from the last couple of years. What she offers is accountability, and I think the last question she asked is, if we're sitting here in 6 months and nothing has changed, what's the problem? And if you kind of address that right in the beginning, get rid of it in the beginning and figure it out right at the start, and then maybe you can make steps to make changes by the time that you want it. She's also planning a conference in Chesapeake in March to help budding entrepreneurs figure out what they need to know to do business in Hampton Roads. For more details, we're going to link you to her website at thehamptonroadshow.com.
Some people might be hesitant to get a coach, but I mean, if you would get a coach for sports, why not for life or for those goals? Right. Very interesting. All right, thanks, Cheryl. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
All right, here we go.
He's still down in the dumps.
I am done. You know, I was really hoping for a really big-time sugar high last night. But I mean, really, I've been in sports for so long, played so many games, and reported on so many. I always try to find the silver lining in a loss, but there's just no silver lining other than the fact that Logan Thomas and David Wilson are 2 great football players for Tech. But they lost a game they should have won.
I know.
They were so close to getting over the hump because they haven't won those games, and it's just, I'm just going to be depressed all day along with my Hokie buddies out there.
I wish I had a cookie to give you right now. It's going to sting a little bit, but, hey, Scott Horty says, don't worry, Kansas State will win the Cotton Bowl.
Oh, thanks a lot, Scorn.
Lauren says, go blue. But Donna, she's on your side. She says, some say a win is a win, but really Michigan. She says, we all know Danny Cole's touchdown was good.
Yes, it was.
He says, she says, I've been in Virginia since 1981, but was born and raised in Ann Arbor, so I kind of rooted for both teams. She says she hates to see the Hokies lose on a bad call.
I don't want to, you know, sour milk and say it was the ref's fault. I don't want to say that. But they robbed us last night of a touchdown.
Well, you know.
I don't want to say it was the refs, because we should have
won
that game. We should have won that game outright.
The call might have been. I know it was a tough loss.
You got to bring me up somehow. How can you make me feel better?
Well, let's talk about Girl Scout cookies.
Okay.
How about that?
I feel better already.
Thin Mints, the Samoas, the Tag-alongs. Just wanted to know, of course, they're here in our audience talking about their upcoming Samoa Soiree, their annual cookie program. We just wanted to know, what is your favorite Girl Scout cookie? And let me tell you, the comments keep flowing. Like, people could not wait to comment on this. And I'm just going to read some down the line from our Facebook page. Stephanie Curdy says Thin Mints. Corinne Maple says Samoas. Melissa Dildy says Samoas. Kim Brown, the Mints by far. Hey, check this, Chris. She says she likes to put them in the freezer just like you.
All right, I'm feeling better already.
Doesn't that make you feel awesome? Amanda Rapicon says sugar-free chocolate chip, and then the peanut butter ones that have chocolate covering them. And Karen Harrington says Samoas. I love the Samoas. I'm thinking that Samoas are in the running. Samoas and Thin Mints seem to be the top
you don't,
ones,
you know, you don't
more.
buy
Like
Girl Scout cookies. You only rent them because they're gone before you know it.
Yeah, literally, like you can't just eat one and have the box sitting on the counter. Like
right.
They all have to be gone.
Yeah.
In time. Does that make you feel a little bit better now?
You know, I'm trying to get that sugar rush. Trying to get that sugar
Chris
high.
Hill's making a cocktail over there, so.
Well, you know, now we're talking.
Yeah, dude, that would pop you up.
I'll tell you what, Bourbon Street last night, not many Hokies there happy last night.
Talk to Flat Laura, she'll be all right. All right, still ahead on this Wednesday morning. This week's postcard from Hampton Roads is changing a community one child at a time. We're going to show you what love can do in just a few minutes.
Plus, New York Mets third baseman David Wright is joining us this morning to chat his favorite fundraiser that has Hampton Roads at heart. We'll get the details on the second annual David Wright Vegas Night. And
don't forget about our pop quiz. You could win a family 4-pack of skating passes to MacArthur on Ice running through January 16th. Make sure you log on to thehamptonroadshow.com. Click on that pop quiz button on the top right-hand corner of the screen. All right, and then there were 4 back on the Hampton Roadshow with an honorary co-host just for the next few minutes. David Wright is here. You know him as the New York Mets third baseman and a hometown hero. To come give us a little coaching, actually, on how to develop a poker face. Because you got your Vegas night coming up.
That's right.
I have no poker face. It's been said. I can't hide what I'm thinking.
Well, thankfully, it's for charity, so you don't really have to have a good poker face. But, you know, our second annual, we started this up in New York, and it was such a big success. You know, we decided to try to bring it down here. You know, and obviously benefits a tremendous cause in CHKD. So, you know, something I love to do, and obviously goes to a great cause.
You say this is a part of the David Wright Foundation. When did you start that, and why is that important to you, David?
I learned at a relatively young age that, you know, using that name on the back and the front of the jersey, you can do raise some awareness and raise some good money for some terrific causes. So, you know, I did it at a relatively young age, you know, and really kind of kept it going. We do a couple events in New York each year, and you know, hopefully this is one of many that we can start doing down in this area and, you know, kind of keep it rolling. Last year was a tremendous success. We raised over $100,000. So we're looking to top that and really sell out and continue to do that this year.
That's huge money for CHKD. Some of those little neonatal cribs, $7,000 each. So when you talk about over $100,000, I mean, that's a lot of good that can be done.
Yeah, how does that make you feel that people just come out of pocket, what, $111,000, that you raise that much money for that
well, I mean, we can't do it without the ticket sales and the sponsors. You know, I'm very grateful for the, you know, people behind the scenes that are, you know, raising that money, the people that are obviously coming and supporting the cause. You know, you think of things to support, and I can't think of anything better than a children's hospital, especially such a successful children's hospital. And, you know, I see firsthand, you know, exactly what this money goes to and the help and the, you know, making the stay at the hospital a little more comfortable for these kids. It's, you know, really important.
So if somebody's never been to the benefit, how does it work? How is it set up? Do they come in and know like a silent auction is involved? Kind of take people through what they can expect when they go.
Well, it's a lot of fun, you know, because I go to enough events that you sit in a, you know, shirt and tie and listen to somebody talk who, you know, not really all that interested in. So, you know, I didn't want to make my events, you know, stuffy and, you know, like that. So this event, you know, is very casual. You come, you know, you would think you're in a Las Vegas casino. You know, obviously, you're not winning real money. You're winning some really cool prizes. You know, but just a laid-back, fun event, and you know, kind of everybody, you know, mingles, and you know, hopefully we get some support like we did last year from a lot of the other local baseball players coming and supporting one another. So, you know, it's a lot of fun, and it's kind of a different type of charity event where you can come, have fun, and very casual.
Where can people get tickets? Sorry, Rick. Where can people get tickets?
Well, you can go on the CHKD website, you know, and it's very important that pre-order.
Yeah.
Because we can't do walk-ups. It's just, you know, we sold out last year.
Oh, okay.
You know, so it's very important to purchase the tickets in advance because, like I said, they are going fast, and you know, we sold out last year, and we're expecting the same this year.
Okay.
Now, you know, I know you get pulled in a lot of different directions. You got a lot of friends in different sports, and you've got a lot of friends in other avenues. Is it difficult to get these guys to come support your event?
Not at all. You know, we have you know, guys that have golf tournaments. You know, obviously the weather's a little better, so we all try to come support that. And that's one thing about the area is that the players from this area, we all kind of grew up together. We all still, you know, remain close, and it's kind of cool, you know, to look out across the field and see so many different players and big-time players, you know, from this area that are having so much success at the big league level. So, you know, we jump at the opportunity to help each other.
Work out on a regular basis with Michael Kadire, do you?
Yes, actually, I see him pretty much on a daily basis when I'm home. So, yeah, I know he's excited about joining Colorado. He just signed that nice contract. You know, like I said, I think he's one of those really terrific players that kind of go under the radar.
He's been a Twin his whole career. You've been a Met your whole career, but there's been trade rumors. Would that hurt you to leave New York?
At this point, it's not really up to me. You know, it's you know, I have this year left on my contract and a team option, you know, for next year. So, you know, if they trade me, obviously, you know, it would be tough because this is all I know. I grew up, you know, rooting for the Mets because of the Norfolk team when they were affiliated with New York. You know, so it would be tough, but you know, at the end of the day, you know, there is that, unfortunately, that business side of it, and you know, right now I don't have any control over, you know, what they do or what they don't do. So, you know, cross your fingers, cross my fingers, but you know, hopefully I'm a New York Met.
I know what you were doing last night. How do you feel about Tech's loss?
Well, wait a minute.
I'm saying because David's a Hokie.
You know, it's.
Can you cheer him up?
There's so many different
we're trying.
things.
I don't know what to say to
There's
him.
so many different things. I mean, I think that. How's that Danny Cole? It's a touchdown, isn't it?
Wasn't that a great catch?
Yeah, I mean,
they took it away from him.
You know, and the kicker, I think, did such a great job. You know, the whole night, and you know, but you know, just a tough loss.
Brutal loss.
Tough loss because I think they outplayed Michigan. I mean, I don't even think that game should have been close. A couple turnovers, and you know, cost them the game. But Logan Thomas,
he's great.
Beast. Yeah, he's very good.
So I was thinking I might get a pedicure.
You know, yeah.
You are hugging David right,
Listen, let's just talk more football, Dave. We're talking football and
Really
baseball.
quick though, do you guys still need items for your auction for the benefit?
Yes, we obviously rely very heavily on, you know, not only the donations for the money part, but also for silent auction items, for live auction items. So, you know, anybody listening out there that can donate some cool, you know, auction items, you know, would be greatly appreciated. But, you know, last year we had some great prizes, some great auction items, so wouldn't expect anything different this year.
All right, and again, last year it sold out, so go to chkd.org to get your tickets. Mark your calendar for Friday, January 13th. Ooh, Friday the 13th could be a lucky day for Vegas night. Thanks so much for coming by. You know, wherever you end up next year, Hampton Roads will root for you, that's for sure, for not only the way you play, but for what you do in the community.
I think he's sticking around in New York for quite a while.
All right.
Yeah, I think he's going to be there for quite a while.
Thank you very much.
Best of luck. Thanks for being here.
having me.
We appreciate it.
Still ahead on the Hampton Roads Show, Thin Mints, Tagalongs, and Samoas. Oh my. Girl Scouts across Hampton Roads are gearing up for the 2012 cookie season. Up next, we'll talk with the Scouts from the Colonial Coast Council about why a cookie is way more than a cookie and how you can get a box or 10 of your favorites. Time to meet our live studio audience out in the Hampton Roadshow, and since 1917, Girl Scouts from across the country have taken the bake sale to a whole new level by selling Thin Mints, Samoas, and tagalongs to raise money for essential Girl Scout services. And it is that wonderful time of year. Again, this weekend, the Girl Scouts of the Colonial Coast are hitting the pavement to sell their cookies and then do wonderful things with their profits. Here to tell us more about the cookie program and why it's so important for the Girl Scouts in the area is Kelly Welsh, Community Relations Manager for the Girl Scout Council of the Colonial Coast, and a good friend of ours here at WAVY TV 10. And in fact, when Kelly worked here, you were responsible for helping so many people in the community, and we were not at all surprised that you landed with an organization like the Girl Scouts. So you can mentor these young women and help them help their own community. So we're glad to see you again, and so glad to see the cookies come out.
We actually have a brand new cookie this year.
What is it?
It's called Savannah Smiles. It's a lemon cookie, and it's in honor of our founder, Juliet Gordon-Lowe, that she was born in Savannah, Georgia. And so we hope everyone tries this and enjoys it. And certainly Girl Scout cookies, it's a lot more than just cookies.
Yeah.
It teaches girls money management, customer service, and certainly a lot more. So it's not just about the cookies. And plus they do another program called Gift of Caring, where you can buy boxes of cookies and they will donate it to veterans and other organizations. So definitely a good program.
So what do you think the girls get out of the, the action of getting out in the community and going door to door?
You know, it gives them confidence. It builds their esteem. It shows them money management, how to fundraise and marketing, and it really gets them out there. So it's not just about a cookie, certainly. And we also have something coming up on Friday that kicks off our 100th anniversary at the Suffolk Museum, the Art Gallery and Museum. It's a huge exhibit that will launch our 100th anniversary, so we hope everyone can come out to that, and there will be lots of artifacts and old uniforms and things like that that will display our 100th.
Oh man, I'll have to go look and see the 1980s Girl Scout uniform that I sported at one.
Lots of things this year as we celebrate 100 years.
The Samoa Soiree is coming up too. Tell me about that.
It is coming up. That is a fundraiser as well. It is an adult event, and we have several chefs across the area that will be making desserts as well as appetizers, which is really interesting, with Girl Scout cookies. So fun.
All right. Well, it's wonderful to see you again. We'll put all the information about the cookie sales, the 100th anniversary, that special exhibit out there in Suffolk, and the Samoa Soiree at our website, thehamptonroadshow.com. Girls, good luck out there, and I hope you guys brought order forms.
I have one right there.
I knew you would.
Send one this
selling
way.
already.
Especially on the 7th.
Sell.
That was great. She said right here. Hey, we're in the Buzz Center with, of course, David Wright, our special guest, talking about your Vegas night that's coming up January 13th. We'll have all the information on our website, but we posed kind of a hot topic around this.
All right.
Lucky numbers. Do you have like a lucky number? Of course, is it your
I think my uniform number's 5. So I guess that's somewhat lucky.
5. Okay.
Are you superstitious?
Not very. I think more getting into a routine. Not so much wearing dirty underwear, dirty socks, or anything, but more just trying to get into the same routine and sticking with that.
Yeah. Right. Well, Mike B says, I do have a couple of numbers that come up in my life a lot, and then he says he tries to use them. He doesn't do dates, though. Louisa Coleman says she's never played Scratch Lotto. She says maybe I should start thinking about picking some good numbers to try, though. She says her dad says with her luck, she should start playing more often. So I'm getting to think that, hey, if she plays a lotto, she might come into some good numbers. Yeah?
Maybe.
No, you're still thinking about the Hokies loss.
I'm just so bummed out about this. I don't know how to deal
right.
with it. You've had some big losses in your
How
day.
did you deal with it? Could we
Well, I mean, really. I mean, you're a baseball player, David. I mean, you got to deal with failure. How do you deal with it?
Well, I guess
how do you deal with it?
Trying to get people happy.
I think in baseball it's a little easier. Football, you have to that bad taste in your mouth for a whole week. Baseball, you have a chance to redeem yourself the next day. So
not in the playoffs.
Thank you.
Not in the playoffs. Not in the playoffs.
Way to go, Chris. No. Kim Brown, though, because we asked how, can you guys help cheer Chris up, as well as you, since you're a Hokies fan. Kim Brown says Virginia Tech was robbed of a touchdown, that's for sure, so they're with you. And Louisa says she's right there with you, Chris. She's a Virginia Tech grad and was really hopeful that they could pull out the win. It's such a close game. It was really disappointing loss. Controversial with the calls made, too. We're not blaming anybody, right?
No,
she says,
we're not blaming the refs. They just robbed
either
us.
way, go Hokies. She says we'll get them next time.
All right, give us some words of encouragement, Dave. Pump us up. What can the Hokies take away from that?
Well, hopefully David Wilson comes back next year.
Oh, God, I hope so.
Hopefully he doesn't declare for the NFL draft. Logan Thomas will be back next year. So, you got the 2 skill positions taken care of.
I think David Wilson's gone.
You think so?
I think so.
All of this talk is. I'm just like, yeah, David Wilson, he's out of here. Yeah. And really quick, the Girl Scouts are here. You said your favorite Girl Scout cookie is.
I mean, I love them all, but if I had to pick one, the Samoas, for sure.
There you go. One for the Samoas. David Wright.
Samoas, all right.
Picking up
Thanks for
fans.
staying and hanging out and buzzing in. We appreciate it. And keep sending your comments on our Facebook page and, of course, Twitter. And if you believe the children are our future, the future looks pretty bright for One Norfolk community. We're going to show you where tomorrow's leaders are hanging out today. And we're going to check in with Chris Hill from the Bachelor Kitchen to see how he's doing with that salmon with sake sauce and our cocktail coming up. Don't miss it. All right, we are firing it up here at the Hampton Roadshow Kitchen with Chef Chris Hill from the Bachelor Kitchen. You've already got started on our salmon with sake sauce with the shiitake mushrooms. Just a lot of goodness going on. And
Absolutely.
guess what? It's healthy and it's all in one pan.
It is. Can't be easier.
Can't be easier.
Promise you.
Love it. All right, so what do we do during the breaks and all of
Well,
that?
first of all, I did add a little bit of ginger and garlic right after we went away. I want to pretend like we paused and we're like right where we left off.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, because
Pause
this
for
salmon only
that.
takes 8 or 10 minutes. I did take it off the flame.
Okay.
But it's had a chance for the mushrooms to melt down a little bit. And right now we're going to make the sauce.
Okay.
So I have some brown sugar here,
All
dark
right.
brown sugar. It's got a little bit better flavor than the light one that a lot of people use.
Okay.
Some soy sauce, the low sodium stuff. To
We like to kick things up, so go ahead and throw in some of that.
yeah, about like a half
sriracha.
teaspoon of sriracha.
Try to say that 3 times real fast,
I
huh? And then what was that?
That was the sake.
The sake,
Yep.
okay.
So this is all going to get whisked together, and then we'll just pour it right on top. And it's going to bring the whole thing together over the next 5 or 6 minutes.
Okay.
It's going to reduce down a little bit, and will be really, really
And
delicious.
we're going to
by the
garnish
end.
with the edamame.
Yep, at the very
Okay.
end, we'll throw that on the plate.
All right, and see, it looks really, really fancy, which, you know, I'm sure it tastes great, but it was fairly simple, like
yeah,
a couple
something together in
ingredients.
15, 20 minutes.
Nice. All right,
Yeah.
let you switch
All right.
spots, and we're going to get started now. What's this cocktail called?
All right, this is
And the
a
ingredients.
it's a ginger pear sakatini.
Ginger pear sakatini.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've all are familiar with sake, I think, over in Japan. The a lot of people drink it hot, but you drink it cold as well.
Okay.
I have some of that here, but we have some pear juice, and we actually have some Asian pears that are really nice. They're kind of hard to find sometimes, but they have a really nice sweet flavor to them.
Okay.
They're really delicious.
Okay.
And something to try if you see them around laying in
Yeah.
the supermarket.
Like put fruit in the drinks, you know, garnish too, or just throw it in, just
Yeah,
makes it
exactly.
a little bit more festive
What we'll do is I'll
and fancy.
thinly slice them over the top. It'll be a cool little
Oh, okay,
finish to it.
cool. All right.
But so we'll take about 2 or 3 ounces of the pear juice.
And you can just find this in your local grocery stores?
Yep, or
Okay.
if you can't, international aisle or international
yeah, okay.
market somewhere. So that was the sake I just added, and then about 2 ounces of pear vodka.
All right.
And if you don't like pears, you can't find it anywhere, switch to apple. Apple does the exact same thing.
Okay.
It's got all the same
Okay.
flavor profile. So,
Gotcha.
and then just shake that up, or pretend to at least.
Okay. We will improvise.
Yeah.
Ah.
And there is.
So the key is to pour it without all the ice in there for the martini.
That's right. But we want it to be
all
nice
the way
and cold
to the
for
rim,
everybody.
right?
Yep.
Okay.
And then I'm going to slide behind you
right.
right here. And then
Oh, you're gonna do the
slice a little
garnish,
bit
okay.
of the pear.
All right. Now, how do you come up with all these fun cocktails that kind of match your dishes? I noticed that whenever you make a cocktail, you
Yeah, well,
always like complement
I
your
try and
dish.
keep it with a theme. And I think the important thing to realize with cooking as well as with the bar is that it's just about knowing flavors and how things work together. So there we
Oh,
go.
it floats. Did you see
Martini.
that? It just floated in. See, I thought it was going to go on the side. That is so cool. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Looks like a little Samoa floating.
So then,
All right, kids. No, not alcohol.
I want
So,
some
okay,
sauce.
this is getting, whoa.
Nice
I
and
almost
good.
slipped.
It's reducing
We're
down a
good.
little bit.
Okay.
And the mushrooms are now done. Do we want to go ahead and try and plate
Yeah, let's
one?
plate one up
Okay.
to show how you would serve this if you made this at home. And, of course, we'll have all the ingredients and the recipe on our website, thehamptonroadshow.com.
Fantastic. Yeah, and again, this fish only takes like 6
Yeah.
or 8 minutes to cook.
Okay.
And these are about 4-ounce pieces, so growing boy like me, I'll probably eat 2 of those.
Okay.
Then here are those nice mushrooms. And you can definitely let the sauce reduce down a little bit. It'll
Okay.
turn kind of syrupy and
Yeah.
really nice.
All right.
And then we'll just throw some of these
Just
around the
garnish.
plate like that to bring a nice
And
little color
then, of
to
course, we have to complement it with our, what was this called again?
it. It's
The
a pear ginger. Oh, you know what? I've left
pear
the ginger out.
Oh, the ginger.
There we go.
Ah.
Done deal.
Voila, that is it.
Yeah.
Hey, really quick, let folks know your website and how they can get in contact with you. If they
It is
see you'd like to do your
bachelorkitchen.com. My email is chris@bachelorkitchen.com. I have a blog there. videos from the site, as well as other things with recipes and stories, all that kind of good stuff, some techniques and advice. Shoot me an email if you have any questions or just want to chat.
We're working on that cookbook too.
Yep.
All right, make sure you bring that back so we can
works.
get that on there. All right, well, we can't wait to taste this when we come back. Thanks so much, Chris.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right, looks good.
Yeah.
All right, this week's postcards from Hampton Roads is just a little something different.
It is a little different, and honestly, when a viewer, David Klemp, suggested that the Hampton Roadshow head for Norfolk's Park Place neighborhood, I wasn't sure that this community that has struggled with crime and poverty was exactly picture perfect, but I took a little leap of faith and saw firsthand what a little faith can do. Here's this week's postcard from Hampton Roads. Well, Norfolk's Park Place neighborhood might not be the first thing you think of when you think postcard from Hampton Roads, but if you're willing to look twice and look hard enough, the beauty in this community just might overwhelm you. This is what the Park Place neighborhood could look like in the minds of the children who come to the Park Place Child Life Center, a bright and beautiful community, and it's getting closer and closer to being that community every day, thanks to folks like Michelle Schultz and the other wonderful volunteers who staff the Park Place Child Life Center. When you come in off the street and walk into this space, you're in a different world within a matter of seconds.
We are. We're in a safe world for the kids. We also have their artwork on display. We try to make sure that this is a family for them and that they always want to come and that they enjoy it, and it's a good place for them. They need that one-on-one attention and just to feel like they're very special, and that's how the volunteers make them feel. 5 o'clock, they have their choice of classes, and we have African drumming, ukulele, we have theater class, art class, karate class. So we have lots of different programs for them to go to and just show their artistic side.
So if the children weren't here during those critical before school, after school hours, and Saturdays, where would they be?
Unfortunately, they would be playing out in the neighborhood, hanging out with folks that are good, but some that aren't good for them. A lot of our kids' parents work, and they work long hours, so this gives parents the know-how to know that, okay, my child is going to be safe until 6 o'clock, and they come and they pick them up. So it's a good thing, keeps them off the streets and out of trouble.
Okay, now let me introduce you to two new friends of mine, Mariah and Ayana, who both come to the Park Place Child Life Center. Mariah, you said you come every single day that it's open. What do you like so much about being here?
That there's friendly people and they help you when you need it.
There's art here, there's music here. What's your favorite thing to do?
Art. They make sure that it's safe and that more people can come and be safe.
Do you always feel safe when you're not inside here?
Not that much, but it's okay.
How important is it to you guys to know that you have a place to come where you can always feel safe?
It feels good.
Tell me about the people that got the Park Place Child Life Center started. What does it take? What does it take to do something like this?
It took a lot of people. In 2004, members of First Presbyterian Church, they saw a need for an arts-based program with literacy components to be in this neighborhood. They would drive through this neighborhood to get to church, and they would see all the kids, and they thought, okay, there's a need. This is something that isn't in this neighborhood. And they were able to raise the funds and the volunteers, and they started as a volunteer organization. We have a partnership with the Academy of Music for the African drumming and the ukulele class.
You mentioned now Park Place Child Life Center has its own staff, but you still need people. So if you made a New Year's resolution to do some more volunteering, check out the Park Place Child Life Center and tell them the Hampton Roadshow sent you. It's a neat place. You saw some video there of the kids in school, because there is a school there, but the Child Life Center is separate. But we were, following our little friends Mariah and Ayana in their school day. But after school, Saturdays, those critical times where a lot of times the kids don't have anything to do, that's when the Child Life Center kicks into gear with the homework help up until 5 o'clock, and then the music and the art classes. They get sent home with some fresh food sometimes, and then on Saturdays they have things for kids to do up until the age of 18. From 10 to 3, and I mean, these are critical times when kids need something constructive to do, so they're not taking some of the not so constructive options. And their parents are working, and they're working hard. So it was really neat. And Michelle mentioned the partnership with First Presbyterian Church and the Tidewater Music Academy, but if you went to the website, which we'll put on our website, the Chrysler Museum has partnered up with them. The Beasley Foundation is providing some funding. There's a long list of partners, but it started with just that little group of people who wanted to help kids with their homework. And that's what it's, that's what it's become.
That was neat, very cool.
Yeah,
Like
and
you
it's
said, you
folks
wouldn't
from a
think about
church,
it.
but it's, it's not, necessarily about religion. It's about humanity, and just helping out your neighbor. I thought it was really neat. I'm glad we went.
It's so invaluable to those kids, too. I mean,
Absolutely.
to just put them into the arts and see what they can do.
Because it's getting cut out of schools.
It's
They're losing it in schools, unfortunately. So they're, I could go on and on. Yeah. I'm getting the big rap.
Should watch it on the website, yeah.
Thanks for having
Very
us.
cool.
Very
Very
good.
neat postcards.
Thanks, Jerry. So let's see what we got for the pop quiz today. We got the 4 clues up. Daffy, Donald, Howard. Maybe that third one throws you a little bit. Watch out for that bar, named for feathery tourist, in OBX location. So, any idea on this one?
It's Duck.
Yes.
North Carolina.
That's it.
That's where I spent
There's
my
a place called
New Year's.
Duck, North Carolina.
Duck
and,
NC.
Really? There you go.
Yeah.
First one of the new
really,
year.
you spent New Year's.
That was our New Year's.
Oh,
Jumped in the ocean New Year's
very
Day.
good. Oh, okay.
How about that? Sure did. Polar plunge.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, we're 2 for 2. We're getting them.
That's right.
You're not going to get us this year.
Well, we'll see about
A little early to say that.
You guys want to go check out this delicious dish from Chris Hill? The
Yeah.
salmon with sake and shiitake mushrooms.
When
in the
you come
cocktail.
back, we'll be in the kitchen.
Flavorful.
It is.
And it's the bomb, really.
Great.
That's what it is. Chef Chris Hill from the Bachelor Kitchen. You can find this recipe on thehamptonroadshow.com. What do you think? Sake sauce in it,
It's outstanding. You never disappoint us, Chris.
I know, and
It's always good.
I'm giving you the look because I just don't know how you do it. The man never brings out a measuring spoon,
No, he
nothing. But it's always like the perfect amount of seasoning because this could be too hot. You could go too much with the ginger. It's always the right amount.
I
and
can't
you
hold
never,
anything to any Girl Scout cookies, though.
You what?
Some tag
Oh,
ons.
yeah.
Oh,
Just crush them up and throw them right on top.
Yeah,
Exactly.
there you go. Make it good, of course.
You do a great job, clearly by instinct. So
Thank you, guys.
appreciate it. All right, and don't forget all the good stuff going on with the Girl Scouts. Their cookie sales are starting soon. The Samoa Soiree, and drop by the Cultural Arts Center in Suffolk for that 100 Years of Girl Scouts exhibit. That's pretty neat.
That's right, and the second annual David Wright Vegas night is next Friday at the Virginia Beach Convention Center. All the proceeds go to CHKD. Thanks to David Wright for coming in today. That was, you know what? He made me feel better. I feel better already. I feel better already. All with this meal, Chris.
Finally.
Yeah, that event's going to sell out too, so go to chkd.org and get your tickets in advance.
Until next time, we'll see you tomorrow morning.
Thanks for joining us.
It was a catch. I think I can see why they had to look at it again. But